Hello everyone, welcome back. Magic Maree and Jasper here with another episode to talk to you today about something that I find really intriguing. So first thing, of course, just going to light our beautiful candle and have the intention of us all tuning in to the true global grid matrix of our Earth. And we're going to look at that a little bit later on through a meditation. So the first thing I want to ask you though is, have any of you actually taken a little bit of time out to do one of the meditations where we looked at clearing self-sabotage, where we went in, checked the patterning, checked if there was something in there that shouldn't maybe be in there now, and clearing it? If you haven't and you find there's some issues going on in life, maybe it only takes literally 5 to 10 minutes to go in and do that meditation from the last episode. So if you haven't seen that one, pop back and have a look at the sabotage clearing. It's really powerful and super simple. So, okay, so the other thing we're going to do first up is, of course, have a chat with our very good friend Jasper. So, hello Jasper. I'm going to ask Jasper just to give us an update of actually what's happening, what's going on with global consciousness or with the earth, whatever it is that's coming through that he feels is important for us to know at this time. And this can also be something that continues on. So even if you don't watch this for a while into the future, no problem, you will still get a benefit for what Jasper brings through. So he's simply enhancing my intuition and what I see clairvoyantly anyway. So I'm just going to tune into Jasper and just see what he's got to show us today. Oh, wow. This is fascinating because straight away he took me and I wasn't just seeing, but I'm feeling being almost completely encapsulated and cloaked and held in this light. It's like a white light, but it's an energy. It's like a plasma energy. So I'm going to just ask him, so what is this? And he's going, this is actually what we call space, what our electromagnetic aspect of our world is. And it's when I actually let go and I just go into it, it's really nurturing. It's really supportive. And I'm feeling quite, I'm feeling quite safe tuning into that energy. So I'm going to ask him why he's shown me that today, or shown us that today. He said it's time we went exploring. It's time we became adventurers on our own earth. Not everything is just 3D and physical. And he said it's time we started to connect in to the energy that we are and the energy that we are melded into and surrounded by. So, okay, thank you. And that's really fascinating because that actually does link in with what I want to talk about today from a question that came from one of our beautiful viewers. But first things first, we're going to do our cards. So I'm going to just ask the animal magic cards, which you've seen me do before. What's going on? What's a message for everyone? Now, these beautiful cards hold an energy of healing, and they can often help us to see things in a different perspective if we've been a bit stuck. So a new perspective. So let's just see if there's a card that wants to pop out, or if we're going to actually do I think we're going to have to do the old spread and have a look and see. So, okay. So I'm just popping my hand across as always and just checking to see if there's anything hot or tingly that's coming through. And it's actually fairly early on. So let me just see what's under there. It's that one. So it's the one underneath. Oh my goodness. This is really fascinating because I actually pulled this for myself just 2 days ago. So this is our Panther card. Now you might actually look at this and go, wow, that looks pretty fierce. But the Panther is, the word that goes with Panther is lunar. So our moon energy. And when the Panther comes through, it's definitely connecting more into our intuition, into the feminine aspect of us, which is our left side of our body, through that line of force. So if I'm tuning into Panther, and you can see, if you can see this, you can see the flow of energy coming right through the panther. So this to me feels almost like that energy that Jasper was explaining to us, that I was enveloped in. So we are going through a shift. We are going through a transition. There's something ancient coming up is what I'm getting, especially with this symbol in the background and the fact that it's sitting in near one of the ancient pyramids of South America. Yeah, and that right ear. So sometimes this can also trigger clairaudience. Well, it becomes easier for us to hear our own wisdom, our own intuition, our own great I am, as much as it does to connect in with other beings, other realms, which is where Jasper was taking us as well. So yeah, that's beautiful. So the panther's a very powerful card to have. So that's our panther card. So it means that we all of us are going through some sort of shift, and it can feel a little bit uncomfortable, but you know you're getting lots of tools and lots of great ways of dealing with those times just through some of these videos. So I'm going to do our chakra card reading now, and we're going to see which one wants to come up. So this one I usually specifically ask, again, about what's going on Earth or our global consciousness, because that can really affect outcomes, how things pan out. Okay. Now today I'm getting the hit. I'm just going to split these. So there's so many ways we can divinate a card, and my intention is about global consciousness and the Earth and what's going on. Self-mastery, number 15, is the card that's come up. So this is quite different to some of the other cards that have been coming up. So again, this is telling me, when I look at this card, it's showing all of the chakras plus our soul star chakra and above, which are connecting into other realms and into the energetic aspect of our world. So that is really quite, I guess, appropriate that we've actually got self-mastery. And self-mastery is about self-healing. So if you're going through these things, sometimes it's good to stop. As I said, take on some of the tools that you've learnt on an energetic level and work with that first before you maybe jump into doing something a little bit more drastic on a physical level. Especially if you're just not quite feeling right, you're out of balance, you're a little bit depressed, or you're just feeling anxious. Yeah, definitely self-mastery is about healing ourselves and working with the energy that's around us to do that. So thank you, self-mastery. That's what we're all aiming for. So let's go back to the question that a beautiful Lisa, who watches the show, she said, Maree, can you talk more about ley lines? What do they mean? How do they work? What are they? So I thought, okay, let's have a look at what most people would look at as ley lines. Now, the meaning of it, I looked it up to see what the general consensus was. I have my own idea of it. It's a straight line connecting 3 or more ancient sites. So if we look at ancient sites, we can look at the pyramids of Giza. We can look at something like Stonehenge. I mean, there's so many sacred sites. However, if we look at Stonehenge on its own, extremely sacred, powerful site, and I always could see a vortex of energy within that place that is Stonehenge. And they said that there's 14 energetic lines converging into there. Now, ley lines to me can't be physically seen. They're energetic. So if we take, for example, like our beautiful Indigenous Australian Aboriginals, they say we're going walkabout. They get this calling, they get this knowing that it's time for them to go and walk. And from my understanding of it is they are walking these invisible ley lines. Ley lines as well, what I've experienced is they can template us, which means they can activate us on a DNA level. They can help shift some traumas and blocks. And as much as that, we can also template and help these grid lines if they've got any distortions or schisms. And I feel this is I hope this is what it is, but I don't know exactly with the Indigenous people of Australia, but I know that they've had this knowing from when, like, so far back, how to work with the earth, how to work with these energetic grid lines. The other thing that I actually looked up, because Alexis Cartwright obviously does transference healing, and in her Beyond Doorways book, which I love, she was talking about the global grid matrix. Now, to me, this is the energetic lines of the earth, a little bit like our meridians that run through our body, energetic meridians. It's the same thing. The earth has them as well. I've always felt or seen them as holographic, but they run through the earth. And Alexis explained it beautifully. She said, they're basically, it's fourth dimension. So as the earth was forming, it formed through the etheric, and these grid lines helped to bring matter, light into matter to form the earth. She said that they're called stellar grid lines, and it connects the earth to the cosmos. So, and as I said, when light infuses with matter, it creates crystals. And this is how crystals have come onto the earth. So, which is what Jasper is. And then it templates us. So we are extremely connected to earth, and we can work more actively with that connection. In 2007, there was a Syrian light frequencies connected with the vibratory path of Venus. And this in turn caused a 22-strand DNA activation in us as humans. So that's a pretty huge propelling forward or upwards or outwards in our expansion as humans. So this also created a huge healing process. So I found that just fascinating because it sort of ties in with what my thoughts and feelings were anyway with our grid lines. So that to me is what grid lines are. They're energetic lines. Personally, when I've been traveling and I've been to different continents or to different places, I almost can start seeing them in my mind's eye and feeling them. And I can feel myself taking through this energy and then also again releasing energy back in. So I actively work with that now. So what I thought today might be a great idea is to do a meditation where we actively connect in to these energetic grid lines or ley lines of Earth. And it's something we can do every day just to help us to stay in that balance as all this photons and electromagnetic energy comes onto Earth. It can help us to stay more connected, more balanced and more centered by doing that consciously. And you don't have to do it for long. Just even having that intention is very powerful. So we're going to start our beautiful meditation. So as usual, just sit so you're nice and comfortable. Feet flat on the floor, lie down, whatever's right for you. Just close your eyes and take a breath in. And as you breathe out, let yourself drop into your body. Another breath in. And this time on the breath out, take your awareness into your heart space. And I want you to see, sense or feel or have the intention of a beautiful, vibrant white light beginning to birth deep within your heart. This light expands through your whole heart, releasing any blocks, any traumas, any energy that is not meant to be there. Keep it expanding out through your whole body, however that works for you and this beautiful white light, right up through your head, down your arms, all the way down your torso, legs, right into your toes. Every cell is now vibrating with this white light. It keeps expanding into your energy field, and once again, have the intention of releasing any hooks, any cords, any dark entities, anything you don't need in your energy field. And now we're going to take our attention to 6 inches below our feet into our Earth Star chakra. This is where we connect into that 4th dimensional aspect of the Earth's grid lines. See white light pouring through this Earth Star chakra. And as it does so, notice how there's energetic white lines that are flowing underneath you in a pattern. Consciously connect in to this global grid matrix. And now as your energy is connected into this beautiful earth energy, allow yourself to just surrender. Let yourself almost flow through those grid lines as if you are the electricity running through power lines. How does that feel? Let yourself completely expand all over the grid lines of this earth. Notice if you're feeling any tingling, if you're feeling lighter. Have the intention of your energy completely connected in with earth energy. And now I want you to gently begin to bring your focus back into that Earth Star chakra 6 inches below your feet. And as you do so, all the electromagnetic energy that's running through our global grid matrix begins to come up into your being, up into your meridians, into your physical body, into your energetic body, coming up, retemplating, activating your DNA, clearing any distortions, expanding your consciousness, opening your pineal gland. Allow this to flow through you. And then when you're ready, gently bring yourself to 6 inches below your feet again into that Earth Star chakra, and just begin to ground yourself back into the here and now, into this time and place. Take a breath. Gently wriggle your toes, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So that's how I connect in to the global grid matrix. And it's something when you practice this, you can do it in a moment and you will be able to feel it. And it does rejuvenate us. It does retemplate us. And also too, remember, we're bringing in all of this beautiful cosmic energy onto our earth. So we can help by taking that through into those grid lines. It's a perfect exchange of energy because we were made from those global grid matrix grid lines. That's how our physicality came into form. And it's becoming more and more crystalline. So we're going more from a carbon-based being into crystalline, which gives us much more of an opportunity to begin to see, sense and feel that electromagnetic, realm that we actually live in. So that's just something that you can also play with now. And you can do that, like I said, every day. And it's really easy and simple. So I'm going to say goodbye, but I'm going to just say for next week, we're going to answer 2 questions that came through from Birgit, and it's on white light consciousness and how does it have its own wisdom, I guess, was the question, and also activation of the pineal gland by the sunlight. Why does it actually help us to do sun gazing? So they're the things that we're going to look at next time. So until then, have a wonderful, wonderful week and start practicing those meditations. Okay, bye for now.